The Wargrave Challenge Cup now, so we go to yet another very new event here at Henley Royal Regatta. This is for Club Women's 8 between Cantabrigian Rowing Club over on the Berkshire station. And on the Buckinghamshire station, we've got the crew from Münster in Germany.
You're right, Camilla, only the fourth year we've had this event, and Münster, I'm really keen to look at this crew. They're a seeded crew. In fact, both of these crews we haven't seen. They both had a bye in the first round, so we haven't seen these two crews yet. And wow, look at that shot. Münster have got a way to an amazing start.
I mean, we're in the first, 25 strokes here, if that, of this opening round of the Wargrave Challenge Cup. And just talk to me, Jim, how each of the different boats, I think, the margins, it's more difficult, I think, to get that kind of lead in an 8 than it is in a single, say, perhaps, of one boat length.
It's just a much heavier boat, so it's less reactive. And there's more people. There's more people who've got to be synchronised and coordinated to have that effect. So I totally agree with you. Although, look at them now. It's a lovely, long, powerful stroke. And they need to get into this rhythm because the trickier part of the course is coming. They're going to get hit by quite a strong head crosswind in about 10-15 strokes. As we look down the course, you might be able to see the wind effects as it come down. Just on the far left-hand side of the shot now, you can see that there's a gust coming, maybe in 10 strokes or whatever. They look well set to manage that.
You can spot these wind shadows. You've got like a sixth sense for a wind shadow, Jim. The camera barely even panned round there, and you're like, it's coming. And you called it spot on last time. So let's see how Münster handle this.
It's got them out all umpiring in it all morning, and you can see them coming, and it's really interesting to see how different crews handle it and different boat types. Obviously, the smaller boats have it harder, and the Cox's boats in particular. I'm full of admiration for the people steering boats down here today.
Well, the person steering this boat down the course, Emma Merner, in the coxswain seat, just 18 years old. And I've just noticed how young everyone in this crew is. They're barely just out of juniors, a lot of them with international vests for Team Germany at the under-19 level. So they're very strong athletes. And they've got a heap of results as well on the domestic season.
Yeah, there's a big lot of stuff. You go through all the way down the crew from bow to stroke. They're all competing under-19 championships last year in the 8 and the pair, and they've yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, a number of this crew raced at the under-19 World Championships, both in 2022 and 2023. So bow seat Nike Versace was a junior world rowing. She was a silver medalist at the Junior World Championships last year. And in front of her, Stella Kreft was also 4th place in the Coxed under-19 women's fours at those same championships, well, back in Varese a couple of years ago. And all the way through this boat, through to the stroke seat, Alina Kruger, the 18-year-old who was also at those same Paris World Championships in the women's 8 with that silver medal, where they raced Great Britain, in fact, back last year for that gold medal. The Germans came out with silver, but a load of this crew, all part of that very strong German team under-19 setup, and all now rowing for this Münster club.
And speaking of strong, Camilla, there's such a long, strong stroke in this crew, and you can just see that this is the part of the course that's slightly bubbly, but they're handling it so well, I think, because they've got the slightly longer stroke, it's even more powerful stroke, and just being able to glide through that and cut through it, probably a better word, than the Cantab's crew, who we haven't talked about much, which is you'd see them in the background here. They're doing their absolute best to try and keep on level terms. Yeah,
we can see there bow Elena Williams, and she's getting round that rigger as far as she can, and it's just so tough here when we talked about the bow seats in one of our earlier races. You've got your back into the wind, you've got your sort of everything gets thrown at you when you're the first person. You get that privilege of crossing the line first, but you've got to work for it in the bow seat.
Don't you just? It's lovely looking the way the oars all moving at the same time, how they're all moving together down the boat together. Just a slightly shorter stroke. I think it's probably the difference between the two crews, especially against this slightly more challenging second half of the course. The fact they're slightly shorter, and in comparison, you compare it now to the other crew, much longer, stronger, just more able to deal with these conditions.
And I think, Jim, for me, that's about efficiency, right? If you are driving the boat further every stroke, you've got a lot longer to move forwards and place that blade, whereas if you're not quite sending the boat as far every stroke, you have to get the blade back in and go again. So I think that is a testament to the strength here of this Münster Rowing Club Germany, and the crew from Cantabrigian now just coming in towards the enclosures. This crew were provincial pennant winners at the Women's 8th Head of the River, so they're a really strong crew from the UK. They'll have faced up against all the best that both Britain and internationally have to offer at that Women's 8th Head of the River over the winter. But it's just too strong a combination from Münster that they faced here at Henley Royal Regatta.